Because I'm here at work, I can only show you what I can do with this camera here at work. I don't have a fancy desk with a bunch of cameras in the background and, you know, trying to impress you that I'm a professional blogger. I'm not a professional blogger. I'm a farmer. Pull this thing up a little bit. I'm a farmer by trade. I am amazed at the front viewer from the Hero 10. It's very colorful, very, very clear, crystal clear. Looks better than the Hero 9, to tell you the truth. On this next one, I'm gonna do. I already did all three phases, which was the 4K at 30 frames per second, the 5.3K at 60 frames per second, no, at 30 frames per second also, and then I went back to 4K. I'm going to do the time lapse and I'm going to do the time warp. Let's see how that works. All right, so now this one here is 5.3K. I'm not sure if you can see the difference or not. Of course, I'm going to run this through Final Cut Pro. I'm going to put both of them together and join both of them into one video. I want you to see if there's a difference on it. See if it's worth keeping. I'm gonna use it for a couple of weeks before I return it back to the factory. They're allowing me to use this camera to see if there's any difference between the GoPro Hero 9 with the Hero 10. I don't really see any difference on it. It looks like the same size. Might weigh a little bit less. It felt like a very light camera. The good thing about it is that the battery is the same battery for the GoPro Hero 9, which means that I can also put the media mod from the GoPro Hero 9 onto the Hero 10. This is pretty good. The front lens is detachable, which means that if you scratch it, you can replace that. Same thing with the GoPro Hero 9, not the GoPro Hero 8. Unfortunately, the 8 is stuck on there, so if you scratch the lens on that thing, you got to pretty much replace the whole camera. They won't fix it for you. For some reason or another, it's a lot more expensive to get it fixed than to get a whole new camera. Anyways, that's why I wanted to see how it would look like on 5.3K. This next mode is on 4K now, and it's under 60 frames per second. Remember, the first one was 30 frames per second, and then the 5.3K is at 30 frames per second also. But now this is back at 4K at 60 frames per second. And we'll see how that looks like when I do the post-editing. I should be able to do that tonight. Now, tomorrow morning, as soon as I head on back to the house, excuse me, I'm going to stop at the Gold Gym and try this camera underwater. Do some underwater shots. See if it looks better or the same clarity as the Insta360 1X2. Remember, the 1X2 on single mode, which is what this is, looks beautiful underwater, very crystal clear. You can't do that with a GoPro Max. GoPro Maxes are not underwater cameras. You can't do that under single mode, which is hero mode, and you can't do that under 360 unless you had a dive case. And for some reason or another, there's no original dive case for GoPro, for the GoPro Max. There is a dive case available for the Insta360 1X2, Insta360 1, and the Insta360 1R. There are dive cases for those. We're gonna leave this one up to 2 minutes also, and I'm gonna start doing the rendering and see how this works. See how this works out. We're at 2 minutes already, so I'm gonna go back to 4K. This is back at 4K, 30 frames per second, which is called a standard mode. And we're gonna go ahead and head back to the truck and run this through the Final Cut Pro with the MacBook, and do some editing on it, a little bit of editing, and then put it out on YouTube and see how it looks like. Expect a video tomorrow morning when I go home, because I'm going to take this to the Gold Gym and try it underwater, since they do say it's waterproof up to I don't know how many feet. But we'll try this underwater. For now, y'all have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, actually. Because I'm at the farm right now, as you can see. But I'm gonna go ahead and head back to the truck and do some post editing. There's the truck right there. And let's stick around. And we'll see what happens. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you in the morning.